What is going on, guys? We are here with a franchise video. It is not a franchise rebuild. It is just a 1 year, can we take this team and bring them to the promised land? Now, if you guys like this video, I will do multiple teams, hopefully every every team possible. But that being said, a rule that I have for this is realistic trades, okay? I don't want to trade for, let's say, Trevor Story because he's the big name out there right now. I don't want to trade for him and just give up like 3 B tier prospects or like a major leaguer and in two kind of shitty prospects. Um, I don't want to fleece a team because then you could just make a juggernaut. Okay. Now, if you do make a juggernaut out of actual real trades, then that's fine. Okay, whatever. But that being said, the only other rule I have is injuries will be off because I don't want these videos to be long. I don't want it to be like, oh, we trade for, again, let's just use Trevor Story. We trade for Trevor Story. He gets injured for like a month, and now I got to stop and go get a shortstop and all that. That's ultra realistic, and maybe end up doing that if people end up watching this and like it. But for now, injuries are going to be off. And there's one extra thing I'm going to do that's a little unrealistic, but kind of realistic. You'll see when we get there. Now, the team I am using should be the favorite for the World Series this year, and honestly, for the foreseeable future. No, it's not the Dodgers. No, it's not the Padres. They got the Padres ranked second? Jesus. It is the Los Angeles Angels with Shohei Ohtani and Mike Trout, the two best players in baseball, you could argue. At least the two most valuable when they're on the field. That being said, we are going to manual that regular season. Now I am going to, I believe I have to go to settings and turn the injuries off because I think they're on MLB only right now, and I just need them off. Injury management. Oh, do I need to do that? Hold on. General. Here we go. Injuries. Boom. Look at the big brain. Okay. So, the Angels, as you can see, they're the 14th ranked team in baseball, second in contact, 12th in power, but okay, there's no way in hell they are 17th in pitching. Okay. So, I am using Full Miners roster Full Miners version 3 from Ryden Rosters. I have not extensively gone through this, but I'm guessing that Shohei Ohtani is not as good as what he's been this year. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go on baseballreference.com and I am going to make his stats, if they're not up to par with what I believe. Here he is. He's an 88. Okay. His hitting stats, that's not bad. That's actually that's decent. Um, that being said, his batting average against lefties is only 14 points less, and his slugging is only, what is that, 31 points less. So I'm going to bring his contact versus lefties up, and I'm going to boost his power versus righties to 99, and his power versus lefties up to 85. Okay. If you think that's stupid, fine. Okay. But I genuinely don't believe that they have this right. So batting and fielding, I'm not going to mess with his potential. Contact righty, he's batting 284. I'm going to leave that alone. He's batting 270 against lefties. I would say I'm just going to put that at 73, and then we're going to do what I said with the power. The only other thing we're going to do is his stealing attribute. He's 12 for 3 on the year. That puts him on pace for 24 stolen bases, okay? So his stealing needs to be up. I'm going to go with 50 because Jose Ramirez has about that, and Jose Ramirez will steal you 24 bags on a bad year. So I think that's fine. Pitching attributes. Um, I'm not gonna touch. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch that. Usually in franchise, Otani doesn't do that well pitching wise, but whatever. I'm a fan of what we got with the hitting. That being said, let's go look at the depth chart here. And let's go with what moves we're gonna make. Okay, so we could use a left fielder, we could use a right fielder, um, a catcher maybe. The big thing is the pitching, the starting pitching. Dylan Bundy's been awful, and I believe they just sent him to the minors, maybe. But that's not gonna matter. We're not gonna use him. I'm just gonna upgrade the pitching because he's got like a 6 ERA. Anthony Rendon is injured. Let me know how you think I should play that in future videos if somebody is injured right now. I mean, that would change. That depends on when you do the video. Um, so you know what? I guess we'll keep Dylan Bundy if I want. Like I'll just keep him in the rotation. That being said, the Angels have 3 really good prospects in Matt Face. Is that how you say his name? I think that's how you say his name. Now he's 24, okay, but he's a left-handed hitting power first baseman that could play well in the majors. And then they have Brandon Marsh, 21 years old, could be a 5-tool player in the majors. And of course, you know about I missed center field. Jo Adell. Now Jo Adell has played in the majors. He hasn't been that great in his limited stint, but I believe he was 3rd in the MLB Top 100 prospects one year. So those are the pieces that we will be trading away. And honestly, if I'm the Angels, you only keep one of these guys. Like, you have Jared Walsh who can play left, right, and first base. So let's say you keep him at first base. There's no room for Matt Face, okay? Because you have Otani DHing. There's zero room for this guy. He's got to go. And even if you do that, you have Trout in center. You don't need these guys in the outfield if your pitching is horrible. So one of these guys has to go. It depends. I mean, Marsh is probably the most likely because he's injury prone. That being said, we will be trading all 3 of these guys. And the first trade is I'm going to try and get Trevor Story and German Marquez. German Marquez needs to be better. He needs to be at least an 80 overall. He's been pitching phenomenal this year, and he was decent last year. And he's an ace on away from cores. I mean, if you play him in LA, he is an ace, no doubt about it. I see there's some money concerns, so we'll have to send them like Justin Upton to eat up the salary. If we can't get this trade of Trevor Story and German Marquez, I will just get German Marquez. But I'm going to see. I think a good trade for the Rockies would be, in real life, who cares about Justin Upton? But it would be one of Brandon Marsh or Jo Adell and Matt Face, along with another like 2 or 3 prospects. So they won't do that, which is unfortunate. For German Marquez, you could probably get away with Face, who is the number 3 prospect in the Angels organization, and a couple of low-tier prospects. I think that Marsh and Jo Adell for German Marquez is maybe a little bit too much, so I'm not going to do that. The Angels don't really have any great pitching prospects. Reed Detmers is decent. So actually, will that get it done? Matt Face. Okay, let me see here. And Jo Adell? No. Wow. They like Story. So I will do Matt Face and Reed Detmers. And I will throw in a lower tier prospect just to make it a little bit more realistic. We'll throw in that B tier prospect. We get Herman Marquez. Now, again, I don't know if in this franchise it will be a great move, but I think that's what the Angels' number one priority needs to be. So another player that should be on the trade block is John Means. 80 overall, having a career year. He is injured right now, as I'm recording this video on July 8th. That being said, the Angels should absolutely, or I'm sorry, the Orioles need to trade John Means. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. And we will be giving them Brandon Marsh and another low tier pitching prospect, Jose Suarez, and throw in Deshaun Knowles. Okay. So we get John Means, but a perfect candidate here is Matthew Boyd. Matthew Boyd having a career year this year. I don't know if he's been great the last month. I haven't heard much about him. I don't know if he's injured or what. That being said, this would be a great move for the Angels. Get a lefty to go along with Shohei, and I know we just got John Means, but I think John Means or Matthew Boyd is perfect. Now, I don't think Matthew Boyd is 30 years old and he's got 1 year left on his contract. I don't know if that's. I think that's correct. I think he has 1 year left. So Joe Adell is too much of an asking price. So Taylor Ward, who is 27, I get he's not really a prospect, but if you throw in maybe no, not Jaime Barria. Jaime Barria is 24. It feels like he's been in the league forever. But give him Patrick Sandoval, who is 24. He's got B potential. He could be a back end of the rotation. I mean, if you look at the Tigers, they've got Casey Mize, Tariq Skubal, Matt Manning. They don't absolutely need to have high tier pitching here, but it would be nice. And then the Angels minor leagues is not that great. I guess give him Luis Rengifo? No. Oh, because of budget. Oh. Okay, that's interesting. Oh, we need to give them somebody. Okay. I don't want to give them Justin Upton because that's stupid. I will give them Dexter Fowler. Because I plan on replacing Dexter Fowler. Joey Gallo. So we will be trying to get Joey Gallo. They won't do it for Joe Adell straight up, which makes sense. We're going to have to give them some extra pieces here. And I believe those pieces, I think some people have been saying that the Angels need a shortstop. I think Jose Iglesias is serviceable. He plays phenomenal defense. I mean, their outfield is really the problem. Dexter Fowler isn't that good at the plate, and he's not like phenomenal on defense. And same thing with Upton. Upton's a liability on defense, and he's not, fantastic offensively. Got a lot of swing and miss. So they would do it for Gerardo Reyes, Luis Rengifo, and Joe Adell. Let me know in the comments. Do you think the Angels or the Rangers would straight up do Joe Adell for Joey Gallo? Because Joey Gallo is 27. He's a free agent. You got to assume he's not signing with the Rangers. Is he arbitration eligible? So they could hold on to him for another year. That brings up his value, so maybe not straight up for Joe Adell. But would they do Joe Adell with a couple of low-tier prospects and maybe a major league-ready player? Possibly. So I'm going to do this. We're going to get Joey Gallo, and that is the final move, I believe. Let me see. We're going to go with, we're going to see if we can get Richard Rodriguez from the Pirates. What would they like? Max Stassi straight up? No. Starting pitcher? I'll throw him in a deal. I'll do... Okay. So here's the trade I'm going to do for Richard Rodriguez. And again, any of these moves, just let me know if you think I'm really stretching the rules a little bit, but I think this is okay. Two mid-tier prospects that have seen some major league action for a 31-year-old closer for one of the worst teams in baseball and a low-tier shortstop. I'm going to do that. We got Richard Rodriguez. He's not going to be our closer. This is what the team's looking like now. And you look at that, you're like, that's not really good. But mostly it's the starting pitching. Now it says it's top 10 in the league. I'm going to keep Justin Upton on the team. Yeah. So that's it for the moves. You will hear back from me when I finish these lineups. Okay, and just like that, we are back. Now, here's what I got for the lineups. Um, when there's no DH, I do have the pitcher in the 9 hole. I would have to every single time I that Otani pitches, I would have to bring him up to the 2 or 3 hole. I'm just not doing that. So he's in the 9. That makes it a little bit less realistic. Um, but what can you do? That being said, I believe this is the optimal Angels lineup. Normally instead of Gallo here, I would put Otani, and then I think this is exactly how the Angels top 5 should go, top 6, I guess, of Fletcher, Trout, Otani, but in ours it's Gallo. Okay, and honestly, everybody would be shifted down 1 if Otani was in the lineup, and you'll see that. Here we go, DH. Otani's in there at the 4. I did flip Gallo and Rendon just for the lefty, righty, lefty. And of course, Gallo is worse against lefties than he is righties, so I put him down there. I'm actually going to move him up in this lineup versus righties. I thought I did that, but I did not. And there we go. That's a really decent lineup. I really like it. Our pitching rotation is Dylan Bundy. I will move Otani back. I hope it doesn't mess with the lineups. I was having trouble getting Otani to be my DH. Yeah, see, that's yeah. Okay, so Otani will not be on the he will not be the quote unquote ace. He won't be at the top of the rotation just so he's the DH. So we've got Bundy, Otani, Matthew Boyd, John Means, Herman Marquez. Andrew Heaney's having a horrible year. I understand he's an 80 overall, but I'm just going to use Herman Marquez. He's one of my favorite players. So Griffin Canning, again, he got sent down to AAA, I believe, not Dylan Bundy. I think Dylan Bundy just sucks. And then we've got closing pitcher of Raisel Iglesias, setup man of Richard Rodriguez. All in all, I think this is a team that should have no problems winning the division. So we are going to go ahead. We're going to do the simulation. I may I may decide to fast forward it. I probably will. And then at the end of the season, we will look at everybody's stats. All right, we are back. The Angels went 101 in 61 and will be facing the Twins in the divisional series. That means somebody in the AL had a better record. If I had to guess, if I had to make a guess, it would be the Red Sox. I don't know if you saw when I fast forward, it probably went a little fast. The Yankees, really? Okay. So we're going to go ahead, we're going to look at our statistics. Jesus, Mike Trout batted .324 with 46 homers and 19 bags. If that's not MVP, I don't know what is. David Fletcher with a solid year. You'd prefer out of your leadoff hitter to be batting higher than 268 and have an on base of around like 370. Jose Iglesias, not really good, but we weren't really expecting much. Upton, 23 homers. How did he steal 12 bases? I don't know. That doesn't make sense. Anthony Rendon stole 10 bases, 38 homers, 230 average, or 320 average. Jared Walsh with 33 bombs. Okay, the middle of this lineup was insane. Gallo with only 23. Interesting. Kind of a bad year for Gallo, huh? Okay, it doesn't show Ohtani, but we will see Ohtani's batting stats. I'm really interested. John Means, phenomenal year. 2.64 ERA, 1.06 WHIP. He went 20-4. He should be top 3 in Cy Young. Matthew Boyd, but he's not supposed to be a top end of the rotation guy for us. He's meant to be like our 3. Herman Marquez with a 4.01. Yeah, he should be like an 83 overall at this point in the season. Ohtani with a 4.06. Again, every time in franchise, I don't know what it is, but he just does not do well. Richard Rodriguez, great pickup with a 1.28 and 0.78 whip. Raisel Iglesias, kind of bad, but he had 48 saves. So not horrible. Let's see Ohtani's batting. 271 with 33 homers and 6 stolen bases. I mean, that's kind of what he's done in the first half of the season this year. But again, I mean, that's a great season. So we'll take a look at the awards really quick. MVP goes to Chris Sale. 21-2 with a 2.07. Jesus. JD Martinez hit 55 homers. Okay. Yelich wins MVP in the AL or the NL. John Means top 3 in Cy Young behind Garrett Cole and Chris Sale. Aroldis Chapman with 57 saves. Okay. So let's get into this. We're going to go ahead and we're going to sim. And when it's an elimination game, I will quick manage. So we're 1-1 with the Twins right now. Now we go to Minnesota. We win that game. Herman Marquez on the bump. And we make it to the ALCS. Very interesting. Who will we be facing? The best team in baseball, the New York Yankees. We have Andrew Heaney on the mound. No, we don't. We're not doing that. We're going to go with... where is he? What happened? Who am I forgetting? John Means, Matthew Boyd, Herman Marquez. Where's Dylan Bundy? Oh, no. Okay, I don't know where Dylan Bundy is. He's in AAA for some reason. What did he do? He had a 5.16. Well, that would be the reason. So I'm not going to... I guess we are going with Andrew Heaney. Now, the Astros did give the Yankees, a little bit of trouble. We're going to go down 0-2 first 2 games in New York. We bring it back to LA, and now we're down to 0 games to 3. Man, that's unfortunate. We're going to quick manage all the elimination games, and we're going to start our best pitcher. DH. Why is Matthew Boyd in the DH? I mean, maybe that could be why we've we've lost some of these games, is Matthew Boyd is in the 3-hole? Okay. Here we go. Oh, they got Kevin Kiermaier? That's not bad. Kevin Kiermaier ain't a bad move. Stanton. Okay. Luke Voigt. Oh, John Means is getting punished out here. We got him on and we got him over, but we just couldn't get him in. Ohtani with a single. Fantastic to start off the inning. Jared Walsh with a 2-out knock. This is not looking good. Trout with a double, can't score the runner, and no runs score. John Means has really settled down here. I was going to say, I just wanted him to get out of this inning. Jose Iglesias with the single. Can we pinch run? He's not eligible to play short, but he could play second if we want. I'm looking at, okay, Phil Gonsolin. Or Gosselin, not Gonsolin. Okay.
Ladies
We're
and
going to
gentlemen,
pinch run
your attention,
Gosselin.
please. Pinch running it
And
first
David
for
Fletcher's
the
going to hit
Angels.
into a double
Number
play.
14, Phil Gosselin.
Oh, can you not? Oh, that's unfortunate. I didn't know you couldn't do that. Okay, hopefully that doesn't come back to bite us. We have a dude playing out of position. We're going to go to our bullpen, and we are going to pitch Richard
Now
Rodriguez.
for the Angels,
because a 2-run deficit
number
isn't
49,
insurmountable
Richard
here. We've got 2 runners on. Zach Britton up to face Jared Walsh. We've got the bases loaded. Okay. We knock a run off, and they get it right back. Looks like the Angels are going to get swept in the ALCS. Going to bring in Drew Butera.
Your attention, please. Pinch hitting for
to
the
face
Angels.
Chapman. We get a single.
16,
Okay.
Drew Butera. Pinch running it first for the Angels.
Man.
Number 18.
Okay.
Jose
We get swept.
Rojas.
That's unfortunate. We'll see who wins the World Series. Yes, it's the Yankees over the Padres. Well, that's it for the video. If you enjoyed the video, please drop a like on it and let me know how the video does. Like, if there's some things I need to change, if you want me to not speed through the season, if I need to make the video quicker, anything like that, if ditch the quick manage or quick manage more games. That being said, I feel good about making the ALCS because the Angels aren't going to do that this year, I don't believe. At least unless if they don't make any moves, they're not making the ALCS. They have to get starting pitching. But it would be a tragedy for Ohtani and Trout, especially this year, to not make the playoffs. So the Angels really need to do something. I'm glad we could bring them to the ALCS. Sucks that we got swept. But again, subscribe for more franchise videos. Let me know that stuff down below. Drop a like or dislike, whatever. Comment anything below. The next team you want me to do. Have a great day. Peace.